Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Lotus Podcast number 4. Today, we are about to have our esports presidential debate. On our left, we have President Hector Rodriguez. On our right, we have Vice President Sean Chavez. Here are the rules. Each of you will have 2 minutes to speak uninterrupted. On the left of our president, we have Jared Chavez, who is, you can introduce yourself.
Jared Chavez, head of security.
That's right.
No funny business happens.
That's right. And on our right, we have
Andrew.
And you are?
Did I have a role?
Just say like head of security or something.
I'm head of security
For the VP.
and I'm head of security for Sean Chavez, the vice president.
That's right. Okay. I am the moderator. I will be asking specific questions, and please try to not interrupt each other.
I'm so sorry.
We begin. Before we get started, gentlemen, please, no cell phones. Put them on mute. This is very serious business.
I was on vibrate.
We good?
Wayne.
Vice President?
Yes.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Okay.
Phone's off, right?
We're good. All right, Mr. President, the first question goes to you. So I have heard that you typically grow brawlers in TFT, but based on your recent game history, you have been going sharpshooters. What does this mean to the nation?
All right. So the big issue is if I were to consistently stay brawlers like I had in the past, my chances of actually winning a game would be diminished to 0, because eventually my statistics would become too good for the whole game, and they would have to nerf brawler, and that would ruin everything for anybody who already goes brawler, and I did not want to do that. So I decided I would have a dynamic gameplay perspective of going both brawler and sharpshooter. That way to just to keep numbers even. And eventually I will end up winning too much with sharpshooter, so I'll have to move on to something a little bit harder like Dazzler. I've heard they're actually buffing that recently. I may have to stop playing Dazzler too soon because I don't want him to put out a nerf too early. I'll end up switching to maybe something like Cultist, a little bit harder to go for the extra challenge, but I mean, I'd rather do that than ruin the game for some people.
Mr. Vice President, your defense?
Dude, this is weird. You guys asked me this question on purpose, man. I don't know anything about TFT.
Do you not play TFT, Mr. Vice President?
No.
Are you not part of the TFT League of Legends community?
I'm part of the League of Legends community, of course, but the TFT side, I'm not a part of. I'm learning, and I am still learning. I do not know that much, but I am part of the League of Legends community.
I don't know what this means towards the nation. You know what? I am going to go ahead and ask Andrew if you play TFT and if you can answer for the VP.
I'm security.
I'm security.
I don't know.
We should have asked each other what games we all play so we can Jared, what do you think of our president going from brawlers to sharpshooters, and what does that mean for the TFT community?
I mean, I think our president summed it up really, really well. He doesn't want to ruin it for anybody. And the statistics of going brawler consistently, the game will not just give you that. So he is smart with switching to sharpshooter.
Yep.
As you said, they are updating Dazzler so that he is on top of the game. He knows what's coming out. He is sticking with the community. And he is actually for the League of Legends community. He is someone who actually plays with the TFT community. So I think our president has this in the bag with that question.
Okay. All right. Well, viewers, that's for you to decide. Sean, Mr. Vice President, I'm about to ask you a very serious question that matters to the whole game community as a whole. If you are elected president in November, what is the first policy revolving gaming that you will enact?
Well, first off,
Mr. President Sean Chavez, if you do become president in November, what is the first gaming policy you will enact?
Well, the first gaming policy I will enact that I can think of right off the bat is PlayStation will not be recording your parties. They will not be listening to your private conversations. I will make sure that is something I take up with the president of Sony. I just don't want our people to be being spied on. They go in a party chat with their friends, have some fun, crack some jokes. Someplace that it's a safe space for them, and then they have to be threatened with possibly being reported for little things that shouldn't be. As I said the other day, shouldn't affect you. And if it does, mute them, or don't play with those friends. Maybe make new friends. So as president, that is the first thing I will enact in gaming policy, and you have my promise on that.
That's a very good answer. Mr. President, what is your rebuttal?
My rebuttal is actually going to take all 2 minutes because there's a couple things. First off, I already talked to the president of Sony, and he already made that agreement with me and not him. So that's one thing. Number two, he's focusing completely on the PS4 community, but beyond that, we also have the Xbox community and all other next-gen consoles that we have to worry about. And for that, I am glad to announce that the base price for games and next-gen consoles will no longer be $70. They will be $60. And you could take my word on that.
They're already $60. What are you talking about? They're already
Mr. Vice President.
They have made $70. All right, they're back down to 60. That was all because of me. As a third thing, there was a third thing. There really was a third thing in my head. There's a third thing. Hold up. I'm using all 2 minutes of my time.
Running down the clock, of course. Cool.
I gotta think of something.
Respectfully, Mr. President, I'd like to move on. The next question, Mr. President, goes to you. Will you denounce the PC Master Race fan base?
I will, in fact, denounce the PC Race Master fan base because not saying that PC is a bad thing. The issue with that is there are people who prefer certain consoles over others due to the fact that there's something they like about that console, whether it's the friends they play with on it or the games that are on that console. There's something tying them to that one thing over others. And, I mean, who knows? On the same end of the spectrum, I will also denounce the console wars in general. There's no point to it. We are all fans of games. We all love playing video games. So instead of arguing with one another, why not share some good experiences? Maybe there's a PS4 exclusive that you really like that's not on Xbox. Instead of bashing them for it, start sharing some of your favorite moments of that game. Maybe they might even play on a PS4 in the future or PS5, whatever, just so they could have that experience. Vice versa. Console exclusives, talking to PS4 players about some things that they might like.
Mr. President, your time. Mr. Vice President, would you denounce the PC Master Race fan base?
I will denounce any type of race saying they're better than anyone else. All consoles are great. Everything's great. PCs are amazing. I love PCs. Grown up on PCs my whole life, but I also grew up on Xbox. I had an original Xbox when my dad came home. Halo 1. I remember the first day. Amazing console. Remember playing on PS2, Twisted Metal when I was a kid. I got my first GameCube. I've grown up with all of these consoles. Everything. I love all consoles. But I will say that PC is better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. PC. Everyone should move forward to PC. That is the future, and I'm trying to move people to the future. But all consoles are great as antiques, kind of. I guess GameCube's like an antique.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, PC is just ultimately better. I mean, I got made fun of for playing PC as a kid. You know what?
Mr. Vice President, are you announcing that you are also part of the PC Master Race fan base?
I actually am part. I'm sorry.
That is big
I'm
news.
sorry. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or anything, but
that is big news.
my graphics are probably
I'm
better.
appalled.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I
have nothing to add.
I was gonna try and lie and appease the people, but you know what? I can't just lie to who I am. You know what? PC is amazing. I've grown up on it my whole life, and I think if people start building their own PCs, it helps with the technology world. It helps people advance. It's progression. It's movement forward for the people.
So what do you go say to the PS4 and Xbox players watching this?
They're great. I keep making PS4s and Xbox. They have great exclusive video games. God of War is PS4, and I love that it's exclusive to PS4. Halo is exclusive to, that shows their creative differences, on those teams. Those people have their own ways of thinking and ideas. They're also exclusive.
Mr. Vice President, your time. Before we move forward, I want to make sure that I ask both of your head of securities their opinions on the PC Master Race. Sean. I apologize. Jared.
Thank you.
Jared Chavez, go ahead.
Thank you. Well, the PC Master Race community as a whole could be very mean towards or cruel towards the PS4 and Xbox community. There's been a few times where my brother, he has slandered me for playing PS4 or Xbox, always saying that the PC is the best. It will always be the best. And
Sounds like a smart man.
Mr. Vice President, please.
and that's all I have to say.
Okay. Head of Security, Mr. Andrew.
I would like to say that all systems are equal. None is better than others. They may have pros, some have cons. Some have pros, some have cons. Some can hold 8 terabyte gigabyte capacity. Some could hold 2. Some graphics are yeah.
So you are saying that they are all equal?
They are all equal.
Okay.
Can I be the moderator for a second? Why are you disagreeing with the vice president?
Totally.
Hold on.
Ask
Hold
him
on.
how they have different opinions.
He's not supposed to ask questions.
Head of Security, Andrew. It is quite well known and just announced that the head of your party, Vice President Sean Chavez, is part of the PC master race. Why do you disagree with him?
It's not that I disagree with him. It's that that's his preference. I prefer Xbox. I was raised around Xbox. My brother had Xbox. Never had a PC. Never touched a PC. I had a computer, but nowhere close to a PC. Wasn't a gaming computer. So I was raised around Xbox. That is his opinion. If he thinks that PC is better.
Are you telling me that you guys are the party of all consoles,
Yes.
gaming peripherals, gaming consoles, PC,
Yes. Gaming in general.
gaming in general?
Yes. Gaming community.
Vice President Sean Chavez, is that correct?
Yes, I totally 100% agree. But when you want to have a better gameplay, a more competitive gameplay,
Are you trying to change the climate to the future?
Yes, that is where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to progress with our game community and gaming as a whole. And PC they're beautiful machines and all custom to whatever you like. You could create it however you want. It's not something factory made that a corporation is just shelling out to you. Although they are amazing products, there's something more personal about a PC that when I think someone creates their own PC, it's just something that.
So
it's
you
a beautiful
think
thing,
it
it's a
would be
beautiful thing.
better for the country?
I think in general, yes, it would be better for the country to progress towards PC gaming, but I am not against anyone who wants to stay playing consoles. If that is what you prefer, there's
Okay,
nothing
Vice
wrong with
President, your
that.
time.
Completely agree.
Are you, Mr. President, for all consoles? Are you the party for all consoles / PCs? Or are you divisive? Do you want to progress towards the PC master race or go against it?
Well, I think both can be focused on. The issue is moving completely to PC for everybody. Yes, that would increase innovation for PC, but there's still issues that run into only owning a PC. Let's say for 1 month at a time, right? You want to go back home to visit your family. Are you going to want to unplug your computer and transport your computer every time you go back home? Or would you rather, consoles are getting pretty small nowadays, or would you rather just put, console
Mr. President, I'd like to
in your
disagree with you.
backpack?
Have you seen the new PS5?
I think it's huge.
That thing is massive, yes, but I'm not talking about the PS5. I'm talking about stuff like the Nintendo Switch. There are consoles that we're not talking about here. I think our moderator's a little biased. You got an Oculus Go 2 days ago. You know how small that thing is? You can wear that on your face in the airplane and play VR in the airplane.
I'd like to correct that statement. It is the Oculus Quest 2.
I will admit I was wrong there. Despite that, I do want to say the Oculus Quest 2 is in fact smaller than the Oculus Quest Go.
Which is true.
Or Oculus Go, it's not Quest Go.
Yes.
He's acting like gaming laptops don't exist. You put it in a bag and you carry it on a plane. And it's still part of the PC world. It's still.
I do change my answer. Gaming laptops should not exist.
Ooh.
Okay,
Whoa,
Mr. President,
whoa.
please, the floor, please. Mr. President, you just said quite an outlandish statement. I would like you to clarify.
They're very big. They're very noticeable if it is a gaming laptop. And frankly, every person that I've met that owns a gaming laptop scares me. Because nothing is scarier than being like, hey guys, let's go do some work at the library. Everyone bring your laptops. Everyone pulls out some like moderately sized laptop, and some kid pulls out like a small TV screen out of their backpack. That is frankly very scary.
Mr. President, are you discriminating against gaming laptops?
I will flat out admit that I am discriminating against gaming laptops. My security has told me to not flat out say that I'm discriminating against gaming laptops.
I think you've lost a lot of voters, Mr. President.
I've also gained a lot of voters from actually supporting multiple consoles and not just PC.
Mr. Vice President, your thoughts?
To completely denounce a type of system because you are scared of it, that blows my mind. How in this year you cannot accept gaming laptops. They're awesome. They're not giant TV. What kind of TV screens do you have?
Small ones.
That thick. That's not even that size of a textbook. Size of a textbook. You open it up, powerful thing. Can play any game. Great graphics. Record, stream. Hook up another mouse, keyboard, monitor. Boom. Set it up as a desktop almost.
Mr. Vice
Portable
President.
desktop /
Mr. Vice President, please.
I have something to add.
30 seconds to respond.
All right, 30 seconds. Every person that I have known, I cannot speak for everybody, even though I did earlier, actually does not like their gaming PC because it is not, in fact, strong enough to run modern games. And if we were to continue moving to an innovation where PCs continually get stronger and stronger, there will be eventually a day where laptops cannot keep up with it due to their small size. Either that, or they will eventually become large TVs because they have to, compensate for the size of everything else needed to fit into that PC.
Mr. President, time.
Or with the
Your
progression.
response 30 seconds, Mr. Vice President.
Progression leading to PC, we make our PCs even more powerful with smaller graphics cards, smaller power supplies. Everything just gets smaller and smaller. Everything is already getting smaller phones.
Of course, we do that.
Do you have a plan for
R&D,
that?
R&D, R&D.
Didn't you just point out the PS5's large size, despite being a newer
I,
console?
Mr.
that
President,
was
please.
actually not me. I did not say the PS5 was large size. The PS5 looks amazing. There's nothing wrong with the PS5. It looks like a futuristic spaceship almost. It's beautiful.
So you're more for the PS4 or the PS5? I'm sorry.
Mr. Vice President, Mr.
Everyone said that.
Mr.
Never-
President,
yeah,
Mr. Vice
yeah,
President,
never-
please. Second, I am going to go to Mr. Jared Chavez, head of security for the president. What are your thoughts on the last 2 minutes?
Okay, well, with Mr. Vice President Sean Chavez here, I see that he's saying a lot of things that are just very false. It's very false. I stand with Mr. Hector Rodriguez here. PC gaming, PCs are only going to get bigger.
Hey everyone, if you've watched this far, that was just some fun we were having based off the presidential debate that we watched earlier. I do have some gaming questions that I wanted to ask everyone, so we'll get back to serious business and continue shooting podcast number 4. So the questions that I have for today, we won't ask too many of them. I might only get to 2. But the first one is, there's a lot of misconceptions in the gaming world. I know in particular with my own family, or my parents actually, there's quite a lot. So I'd love to know which gaming misconceptions affected you the most growing up, if any. So we'll start off with you, Hector.
Gaming misconceptions. Well, from the time I was, I keep forgetting I don't have to talk like the president anymore. No, when I was a lot younger, my parents, they're fine with me playing games. Obviously, they wanted me to try more in school, which I will admit a lot of times I did not do. They're actually really completely fine with it. Even down to my little brother, to a point that he learned a lot of things from games. So he was weirdly smart for his age when it came to vocabulary. There he was, pre-K or whatever, and he was using words like objective only because he played a lot of Call of Duty. But no, they've always I mean, they haven't really minded too much. They're completely fine with me playing games. They're happy that I'm actually doing something that I like a lot, which is working in a project having to do with games.
Is there any misconceptions outside of your parents that you know are around and may have affected you or people you know?
I know there's been times where I've met people and they've like learned how into gaming I am, and I feel like sometimes they get a little bit put off by that. But I mean, it feels like, or at least now compared to the times I guess where you guys grew up, gaming has been like, I mean, you've said it yourself, it's become like way more
Mainstream.
and just accepted as a fact of something that exists. I mean, down to the point where even when I was young, I talked to my dad about games all the time, and I'm sure I got very annoying sometimes. But
Gotcha.
I mean, they've always been really cool with it.
So the main thing that you're seeing is basically that if you are into gaming or heavily into gaming, that you might not do as well in school because of the amount of gaming that someone might do.
Well, it just comes down to moderation. I mean, if you enjoy playing games, then yeah, obviously, if it's a hobby, then it's a hobby. I mean, all people have hobbies, but make sure your hobbies don't get too much into like your actual personal and school life.
Gotcha.
I mean, I made that mistake.
Yeah, definitely. Jared, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I could kind of relate. I mean, we grew up gaming like our whole life, so like my parents, I mean, they would they accepted gaming. I mean, I grew up playing games all the time. I run into other people though that think that it's a waste of time, where it's like, why do you do that? It's like, why not go outside or do something else, learn skateboarding or learn an instrument? It's like, well, I mean, what's wrong with me just doing what I enjoy doing? Some people think it's just, like it's intangible. There's nothing, you're not gaining anything from it. So like, why do you play? It's like, well, I mean, it's something that I enjoy personally. So I mean, I've probably people like that who just don't really get the idea of gaming, possibly because they never grew up gaming. So it's something that they could just not relate to.
So you're saying that you think that some people think that it's a waste of time, but unless they've actually done it, or I mean, from your perspective, you don't think it's a waste of time?
I mean, it definitely, I guess, like Hector said, like in moderation, it could be. If you're like playing 14 hours a day and not actually like working or trying to go to school or progress at all, it could definitely be a waste of time, and it could definitely be addicting. Video game is definitely an addiction that some people can't control. I mean, I know there's been tons of times where like I definitely let it affect my schoolwork. I would stay up. Me and Joseph would stay up till 8 a.m. sometimes playing League all night. And just, like,
That's crazy.
I just wouldn't do my homework or like whatever. I just didn't care. So definitely like it could definitely get in the way of things if you're trying to progress. But it's also like if you're trying to grow in that type of world, you could like today start Twitch streaming. Start trying to monetize it, and then you could create it a career. So I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of pros and cons to it, I guess, but I mean, like the most, I guess, common one was just like they didn't understand gaming, and I would try to explain, like, I have fun with like family and friends and other people or by myself, and it's something that I could spend time with these people, and I actually do create real relationships because I am actually talking to these people. There are real people that I'm playing with. So I don't know, I guess I just, their misconception on it's nothing, you're not doing anything, you're not making relationships, but it's like quite the opposite actually.
Gotcha. Andrew?
I agree with him. I was raised around gaming. My brother gamed. Well, only my brother. My mom didn't game. But I was raised around it. My mom didn't care. The only time she started caring was about fourth, fifth grade, when I got like terrible grades because all I would do is just go home and play Minecraft.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's like the only thing that I could think of.
No, that isn't cool, but yeah. Sean, any misconceptions? What do you see?
Gaming or gamer?
Both.
Both. Okay. Well, I got one for gamer. One big misconception is that got terrible hygiene.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm a gamer. I'm a huge gamer. I love playing games. I've been playing games all my life. I've been surrounded by two older brothers who just had almost every console. My parents got us almost every console for Christmas. It was just awesome being around games. But never once did I have a terrible hygiene. I'd say my hygiene has been good. I mean, I can't speak for every single gamer, but I could speak for me and my brother. We do not have terrible hygiene, and we're huge gamers. So I'd say that's a huge misconception. But another one would be that's bad for you, like Jared said. I don't necessarily think it's bad for you. You can actually learn a lot from gaming. You could definitely work on when gaming. Your hand-eye coordination gets just a lot better. You start to notice things quickly. Your reaction time starts to get a little bit faster, and so yeah, I'd say gaming's. I wouldn't say gaming's bad for you, no.
Cool. Yeah, I think for me personally, kind of piggybacking on what Jared had mentioned is that a lot of people think that it's a waste of time. They don't accomplish a lot. They don't learn a lot. Like Jared said, that maybe you don't build relationships. I think some of the coolest relationships I've built have been through gaming. I know that I learned a lot about business through Ragnarok Online. And I only know that now because I do know about business. And a lot of things that I learned were because of that game. There's so many different aspects to gaming that I think you're constantly learning. It's just very different because it's not like real life. You're progressing through a game far quicker than you would in real life, but nonetheless, you're learning a lot. And so I would say, that just going back is people think that it's a waste of time, but I don't think it is at all. And I think you're able to quite learn a lot. But the biggest one was my parents just thought that it made you like not a necessarily good person because they had like creatures and you're shooting people and so my parents thought that it might lead to making me a bad person, which I would say is a big misconception. I don't think if you're playing GTA 5, if you're playing Call of Duty, if you're playing World of Warcraft, I don't think at all in any way does that affect your ability to understand right from wrong. And I would say personally, I feel like that's the biggest misconception. People think that gaming contributes to people becoming worse people. I don't think that's true, but that's my opinion. I don't have stats to back that up. I just personally don't think that that's true. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The next question I was going to ask, and this is kind of interesting because I'll kind of get it started and then I'll go ahead and ask Sean. But in 2016, 2017, streaming started like blowing up. It had already been pretty big. But I would say in 2016, it's when it started growing tremendously. And it was really hard for me to picture watching anyone stream a game, which has changed. Now I can watch streamers and I can watch YouTube videos of people streaming and I actually enjoy it. But the question is do you guys watch anyone stream? If you guys do, who is it? And why do you enjoy watching someone stream?
For me, I honestly don't watch a lot of Twitch streamers or YouTube streamers. I watch just a lot of regular YouTube videos. I do watch Vanoss Gaming. I watch a lot of Vanoss Gaming. I think he's very funny. He's a great content creator. I also watch I watch Shroud a lot actually. Shroud, I'd say I watch the most. He's just an insane player. It's everything about just the way he plays is just crazy. I just don't get how.
What do you enjoy?
Well, with his content, I enjoyed watching him play PUBG a lot. I loved watching his old videos and him playing PUBG and just totally getting 13 kill games, 14 kill games. It's just like, how the heck? Like, how do you do that? But I don't know.
Do you learn from it at all?
I'd say some strategy. You could learn some watching professional gamers. You could learn some strategy, especially with Rainbow Six. Watching streamers, see what to do, what not to do, places to go, good place to play. But yeah, I'd say watch some from streamers. Yeah. You can learn from streamers. Yeah.
Cool. Andrew?
I'm not really like into watching video games. I mean, I'll sometimes watch like Rainbow or something like that. Like I watch a streamer, his name's Putter, and he's a PS4 player. He plays Rainbow and GTA, and those are like my favorite games. So I watch him occasionally if I have time, if I'm not doing anything, if I'm bored.
Okay, cool. Do you learn from it at all?
Nah, not really. I'd say I'm better than him for sure.
Whoa, shots fired. Whoa.
Butter.
Okay. All right.
I'd say I'm better than
Is
him.
it something that you ever like pictured yourself doing, watching someone game? Because that's like, it's still like a weird concept because it's new, you know?
It's not weird to me. It's just not something that I'd want to do. Like if I, during the day, if I can be productive, I'd just rather be productive instead of watching a YouTube video.
Yeah, I don't think that we think it's weird anymore, or at least I don't think it's weird. But I know that a lot of people think it's weird. Like, a lot of people don't understand it. And I get it. It's new. Gaming wasn't as big as it is now, so I can understand why people might think that. Jared, your thoughts?
Yeah, I watch a few streamers. I watched Tyler One. Tyler One's hilarious. Like Sean said, Shroud. Shroud is probably one of my favorite FPS streamers. But I mainly go on YouTube and just watch their videos that they like edit or cut. And I think there's definitely a lot you can learn from watching streamers. Because most streamers, I mean, like Shroud is a pro. Like, he is someone who knows how gun recoils. He knows when updates come out, he tests the guns and he can tell you which one's the best. So when I would play PUBG a lot, I would watch him, Dr. Disrespect, and they'd be like, dude, this is the gun right now, this is the gun that's in, so you know what's going to pick up, you know what attachments to use. So you could definitely learn a lot from streamers. Yeah,
Do you enjoy watching it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's, yeah, like you said, it as a kid, like, it was the worst thing having to watch someone play a game. I was like, dude, I want to be the one, like, giving me my time.
I think you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was you know, it was the worst as a kid. But now it's like there'll be times where people are like, hey, you want to try this? I'm like, no, like I'll watch you play. Like, I'll let you do it. I don't want to. I'm good. So it's definitely like, yeah, it's something new that is kind of, I think for the older generation, it's more hard to comprehend. Yeah, hard to comprehend. Like I said, there's this old man one time when I was at work. He was like, my grandkid, all he does is watch people play games. I can't get it. And I was like, yeah, man, I totally agree. It's crazy.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny because like they can watch sports. And it's like, why aren't you playing football or basketball or baseball?
Yeah. Essentially, it's the same thing. Like, yeah.
Why are you watching a cooking channel? Not that I'm a shade out there. Just saying.
Nothing wrong.
Well, you are the cook.
Hey, I am a cook, you guys. I made some good.
Some
good chili verde. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's me. I don't watch too much streamers. Occasional, but yeah. Yeah, kind of my answer.
Hector?
To me, it wasn't too hard to switch, because I still don't watch a lot of live streams just because I haven't had a lot of time recently, but I've always watched gaming videos.
Everyone watches like that. Poor Hector's overworked.
Well, no, like I watched a lot of gaming videos growing up. I really wish I could remember his name. I was trying the whole time, but one of my first YouTubers was this guy who played Minecraft a lot. He like did a bunch of different modded stuff, and it was like the coolest thing. And obviously, I've changed the stuff I watch, and now even though I don't watch Twitch streams as they're live, one of my favorite streamers right now, his name is Oxdarva. He plays a lot of a game I like called Dead by Daylight. And that man is like he is like the best killer that I've seen by far ever. Like, he will hit somebody, they will run off of the screen, they'll be running a perk which makes them not make any noise. He'll turn around, walk like 4 feet, and predict where they're gonna be. And I'm like, yo, I can't even do that. And I'm looking at the people as they run away.
Being the killer is hard on DVD sometimes.
He's like the craziest killer I've ever seen. I mean, he's had games where he has like the whole everyone down, and it's like 3 minutes in, and I'm like, oh, I want to try doing that, and I'll have like a 20-minute game where everyone's hiding.
Yeah,
but
I've never played it. It seems like a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, switching to watching people on Twitch wasn't too hard because I mean, I've always watched people play games to the point where sometimes, I mean, I'll prefer to watch someone play something than play it myself. Especially Dead by Daylight, because I get sometimes pretty sad about that.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm gonna end it with one last question. It's gonna be a really quick question. Andrew, do you plan on getting one of the consoles that comes out at the end of the year?
Yeah, I want to get the Xbox.
Xbox?
Yeah.
Cool. Jared?
I would like to get the PS5 for God of War Ragnarok, but I don't know. We'll see how everything goes. I don't like the whole party thing, chat rule.
Okay.
But whatever. That doesn't really
Yeah,
matter. I don't really go in party chats anyways, I guess. And probably, I'll probably get both consoles just because I've kind of always had I could go to my house at the PS1 original Xbox GameCube, go to the next one like PS3, Wii, 360. Like I like
Have them all.
yeah, it's kind of just it's something you just have them all, and so I'll probably just get it to collect it if anything. It'll collect dust, I guess. But
Okay, all right. Hector?
I kind of agree with Jared. I'm too much of a collector to, like, I'm gonna want them whether I end up using them or not. Because at the end of the day, eventually one person is gonna talk to me about it, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I have them.
Dude, this guy is just like, yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Flex.
That's
No,
why he's fine.
I don't mean
got
like to,
both.
I don't mean like to
Yeah.
flex, but just like
I played it.
You don't want to be
I-
left out.
yeah, I like really don't like being left out of conversations.
Game.
So because of that, I'll just end up wanting. I'll use it. I can't vouch for how long I'll use it, but I will use it.
Yeah, the new Halo's coming out, and like I've been playing Halo since I was a kid, so I definitely would love to play the new Halo on Xbox.
Alright.
But like God of War's also coming out for PS4,
So you want
5.
both.
It's like, dude, God of War is one of the best games ever. So it's like,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sean?
Yeah, I was actually planning on buying the PS5 when it comes out. Preferably, I'd like to buy it during a Black Friday sale because that's probably going to be freaking expensive. But I wanted the digital version just because it's a little bit smaller, a little bit slimmer. I do plan maybe on getting the Xbox, the new Xbox, like Hector said, just both. Because why not?
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I'm planning on getting the PS5.
All right, awesome. I have only ever owned one console, and I recently bought it. It was a few months ago. It was a PS4. I bought it for the Final Fantasy VII remake. And I've never been a console player. I do think it would be cool to own them just because they look pretty cool. I actually love the design of both. I actually like both a lot. But yeah, I've never been a big console player. I am trying to buy the RTX. What are they called?
The 3000 series.
The
3080, right?
is it 3080 or 3800?
Well, I mean 30. I mean, it's the 3070, 3080, 3090.
3080. Yeah. I'm trying to get the RTX 3080. I don't know why I couldn't think of it.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I get what you mean now.
But that's been no luck. Bots be taking them over real quick. Like I get a notification or a message because I have someone trying to help me get the
We
the
can name
graphics
drop
card.
them. It's Sam.
Yeah. Z-Sam's trying to help me get one. And every time I get the message, I spend about 1 minute going over because I'll be either on like a different website working or away from the computer. In 1 minute, I'll get to the computer or to the website and sold out. And it's like, man, this is crazy.
Just for those viewers out there, I would say not everyone knows what the RTX is. Would you mind just explaining a little bit more into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the the new NVIDIA graphics card, which is the best, the highest improvement or the highest improvement of a graphics card NVIDIA's ever done. So from the 2070, 2080, 2090 to the jump to the 3070, 3080, and 3090, it's the biggest jump they've ever made. Supports ray tracing. It's made for, I think it's 4K 60 frames per second with ray tracing enabled if you have the 3080. So yeah, it's really built for 4K gaming. So you really want to have a 4K monitor if you're going to get a 3070, 3080, or 3090. I think personally the 3090 is overkill. I don't really think a lot of people necessarily need to buy that. And the other big thing about the graphics card is that the 2080 series was about $1,300 starting off, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And now the 3080, which is more powerful than 2080 Ti, is $800, $799, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do we want to do a fact check on that?
Fact
real
check real quick, Jared.
RTX 3080 price.
Yep.
I mean, on this website, StockX right there. Same.
Well,
3080. There we go. Why were we saying 380? It's
No, it's-
3080.
I said 3080.
Was I saying 3080?
I think so.
No, we all said 3080.
Yeah,
Oh,
right here.
man,
down-
I'm so off
down,
right
Down
now.
here's Best Buy. It's $700.
Okay.
wow.
Is it? It's $799, right?
$699.
$699 actually. Yeah,
Wait,
Best Buy.
$699 for the 3080?
Best Buy.
RTX 3080. Yeah.
I'm a
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah,
$699?
Best Buy got that.
That's like half the price of the 2080 Ti.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's half. Sorry. So my earlier statement was wrong. The 2080 Ti was about $1,300. The 3080 is better than the 2080 Ti at $700.
Pretty much, yeah.
So about half the price, and it's a better graphics card. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it, you guys. Do you guys have any final thoughts? Go with
What
you,
are-
Jared.
Let us know what you think of Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake in that new movie. Yeah.
We talked about that earlier
Talked about that. I
today.
saw it earlier, and I don't know how I feel about it. Nathan Fillion, kind of, who's the voice actor of Nathan Drake, I think would have been a better fit.
Yeah.
He's also like a good actor, so.
He
I mean,
also
not
looks
not
like Nathan Drake.
Yeah, he also looks like Nathan Drake, but not dissing Tom Holland, great actor. But I think he just doesn't fit that part. So let me know what you think about that. That's something I kind of saw in the news earlier.
Yeah. Hector.
Oh, thank God! I finally get to go second, so no one's gonna steal my idea. Let us know what you thought about the skit at the beginning, because I know I definitely had a lot of fun doing that.
super fun.
Oh, the skit. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys did like that, maybe we won't do a skit as long at the beginning of every video, but maybe, every once in a while we could do a skit at the beginning or the middle or even the end,
Fun
Yeah.
audio.
because that was definitely a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious. I'll go next. Basically, if you guys have questions for me to ask or for us to answer, feel free to let us know in the comments below or to DM me on Discord. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to go? I'll give you that. Go.
All right, we got another big announcement. Y'all know Tuesdays? What are you excited for Tuesdays? I really hope nothing, because we're going to have a new show happening on Tuesdays. We're pretty much going to do exactly what we're doing right now, but now it's actually going to be on Twitch.
Live.
Live
So
on
we're
Twitch.
doing this live, yes.
We will pull up, either we'll have an iPad here, or we'll set something up,
Twitter,
and we'll,
Facebook, right?
yeah, well, can we only do one, or can we do both?
Can we do both? Actually?
'Cause we're not part of it yet.
Yeah, we'll be able to do both on the Lotus Esports channel, yeah.
All right, cool. So we'll actually be live on Twitch and Facebook, whichever you prefer, and we'll have we'll have the chats open for any questions. We will prepare some questions in case people aren't feeling too chatty, but yeah, I mean that's definitely going to be a lot of fun and something you guys could look forward to on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Go for it, Sean.
I got nothing, man. Like, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to.
He took it from you, Andrew.
I know.
He took it from me,
I
dude.
know. He could have just said nothing.
Alright,
My bad.
Take it back. Take it back.
I take it back.
All right, Andrew.
All right. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and leave your suggestions down
That's
below.
right.
You forgot to
That's
say
right.
hit the bell, so hit the bell. Hit the bell.
Oh, the bells. We want the bells.
Yeah, hit the bells.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great. Oh, lastly, if you watch the whole thing, we really appreciate you. So thank you guys. Have a great night. Oh no. Date, time, and then shout out.
October 22nd,
October 22nd,
9:06.
9:06 p.m.
Also, what do you guys think of the lights? You just
Shout out
got
to the green light,
green light.
Lotus
we
green.
finally got the
Lotus
green light
purple,
from the
Lotus
other
blue.
apartment.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. All right, you guys. Take care. Peace.
Peace.